Yeah, we're day.
Okay, we are live on Facebook and YouTube.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Carroll County Commissioners meeting for Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. Please join us as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And roll call, please.
Commissioner Leggett,
Here.
Commissioner Workner, absent. Commissioner Modrensky.
Here. The certification by the clerk.
I, Caitlin M. Green, Assistant Clerk 2, certify that the entire recording of the proceedings at the prior meetings are captured completely and accurately in the electronic record and are available at the office.
Thank you, Caitlin. And I have a motion to approve the summary and recording the minutes from prior meetings.
I make a motion to approve the summary recording of the minutes.
I'll second. Is there any discussion?
None.
Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Motion to approve the appropriation.
Make a motion to approve appropriations.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Motion to approve appropriation amendments.
Motion to approve appropriation amendments.
Second. Any discussion?
None.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Motion to establish the following new funds. One is a new fund titled 20966 CHIP, CHIP, CDBG FY 2025. No approval is necessary from the state auditor. And new fund titled 20949 CHIP, CHIP, Home, HOME, FY 2025. No approval is necessary for the state auditor. A motion for those.
Motion to establish the new funds.
I'll second. Any discussion? Those
None.
in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Motion carried. I'll make a motion that we pay the bills $87,116.35. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion on the bills?
None.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. A motion for the bills without prior authorization.
Make a motion to pay the bills without prior.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Motion to release the bid bonds for Superior Paving Materials Incorporated, our biggest construction company incorporated, and the Shelley Company, as recommended by Brian J. Wise, Carroll County Engineer, due to signing a contract with North Star Asphalt Incorporated for the Carroll County 2026 resurfacing project H-1-2026.
Make a motion to release the bonds.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Next, I need a motion to approve permits for the use of the following county highway right-of-ways as recommended by Brian J. Wise, Carroll County Engineer. They are as follows: Bill Grimes for boring a sewer line in Center Township on Brenner Road Northeast, County Road 38. Charter Spectrum for directional bore to install new fiber optic cable in Augusta Township on Brush Road Northeast, County Road 43. And Charter Spectrum for directional bore to install new fiber optic cable in Augusta Township on Andorra Road Northeast, County Road 10.
Make a motion to approve the permits.
Second, any discussion on the permit?
No, sir.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Motion to adopt resolution number 2026-28 to increase the amount of mileage expenses to be reimbursed to county employees for use of their personal vehicle from 0.725 per mile to 0.76 cents per mile in accordance with the IRS standard mileage rates retroactive to July 1st, 2026.
Make a motion to approve the resolution.
Second, any discussion?
None.
Hearing none, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Leggett,
Yes.
Commissioner Modrensky.
Yes. Resolution number 2026-28 has been adopted. That brings us to our guest, Christy Campbell, Program Manager in Eugene. Liggenhole?
Pretty good, yep.
Liggenhole founder, Legacy Project of Stark County. You have the floor.
start by giving one of these to each of you and an extra one for your commissioner that's not here today. Do you want me to give that to you? Thank you. So we are here today because Legacy Project is a small group mentoring program that will be launching in the Carrollton Middle School this upcoming school year. So we do more than that outside of Carroll County, but right now that's the piece that we are launching here in Carroll County in Carrollton. And so what we do with the small group mentoring is we find 2 volunteer mentors from the community that the students live in. We background check them, we provide them a mentor training, and we also provide them with a curriculum that focuses on the state social emotional learning standards, and then what's also known as the 40 developmental assets from Search Institute. And those are just skills and characteristics that have been shown that if you can instill those into an individual when they are younger, they will be more successful across their lifetime. So these are things like setting goals, monitoring goals. With little kids, it's something as simple as, who do I go to when I need help? With the older students, we're talking about things like, how do I do an inventory of my interests and determine what I would like to do after high school? So those skills and characteristics that really help somebody thrive over their lifetime. We'll be doing a boys group and a girls group for 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. And what that looks like is those two volunteer mentors meet with a group of up to 6 students on their lunch times. On Wednesdays is when we'll be meeting here in Carrollton. And they are provided with that curriculum, and they're there to be safe, encouraging, supportive adults from the community to help the students and the mentees see that, like, we care about you as a community. We want you to thrive. We want you to do well. We're here to support you any way we can. And then through the development of that relationship with those mentors, we're helping the students and their families reconnect with the communities that they live in. So not only is it, where do I go to, if I need something, but like, it's Saturday, what's going on in the community? Where can I go hang out and find something to do? So we're really encouraging our mentors to then connect back with the students and invite them to those outside events that they're included in, whether it's, they're part of a youth group or they're part of a different committee that puts on an event here in town or something. So we are just here to inform you and the community that is what we will be doing in the schools this fall, and to let them know how to get involved. So if they are interested in becoming mentors, they can go to our website, which is lpstark.org, and then they would click on the Become a Mentor and apply link. The requirements to be our mentor are really simple. You just have to be somebody with a high school diploma or a GED. You have to be able to pass a background check. And then you just have to really care about the youth in the community and wanting to give back to them and help them thrive. We don't need individuals that are perfect. We don't need individuals that have never messed up. In fact, some of our best mentoring relationships come from those who have, kind of been through it, come out the other side, are doing well, succeeding, thriving, and then they can go back and show the youth in their community, like, it's okay if you make mistakes. This isn't who you are. Like, we're still behind you 100%. We still want to see you succeed and thrive. We've been talking to the health department. Lisa Winkler, the community prevention educator, has been really behind us, trying to get us involved in different committees and stuff to help us spread the word about what's going on. And we just really wanted to invite you also to know what's going on in your community and your local schools.
We appreciate that. I know that the Carrollton School is very excited about this project. How long has the Legacy Project been?
Yeah, I'm the founder.
Right.
So we got our 501c3 in 2015, so we're in our 11th year. Yeah, like Christy said, we're just now heading into Carroll County, so we're excited about that. We're in how many schools in Stark County? I think it's 25 or 26 schools.
So
So
we-
Stark County is our biggest.
Yeah, we'll have 23 different sites this upcoming school year. That includes in-school locations. And then we also have in Stark County, a couple of out-of-school time locations that we partner with Lighthouse Ministries up there to do.
How many mentors are you needing at least? What's your goal?
Yeah, we have 16 mentor slots to fill. So far, I have 3 of those spots filled for sure. Coral Abel is one of the mentors that is going to be helping us. She was actually at Sandy Valley last year.
Okay.
Heard we would be launching in Carrollton this year and was super excited to jump over here to help out.
And it's, I think you said it, but it's, the commitment's just that 1 hour a week, whenever you're with that, your specific group of boys or girls.
On a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday. The kids get their lunch and the school gives us space. We go and we have lunch with the kids. Chit chat with them. And then we do have a curriculum like Christy said that we go through. We call it a guidebook. We want you to have, talking points. But a lot of times if the kids are coming in and there's other things that they want to talk about or share, we want the mentors to have the freedom to deal with whatever's, if it's appropriate on their hearts. But so I'm here in the capacity, we are a K through 12th grade mentoring program. We usually start in the middle school because it's kind of our strongest niche and the easiest to get students actually for us is kind of in the middle school age.
Mhm.
But the hope is in all our districts is we can kind of do a K through 12th grade program. So my role is raising the funds. So I'm here in the capacity of just letting you know that I'm going to be working on just meeting with businesses. If you have any businesses that support the schools and they would be in for this, I would love for any, I can come down and grab lunch with you guys or coffee with you guys or anything like that. Because we are new to the community, just getting to know some of the businesses that would support our efforts. We do charge the schools a little bit, just based upon, we used to make it free to the schools when we first started, but a lot of our funders and our foundations and the people that fund what we do, like, okay, we want to have the school have a little bit of buy-in. So we charge the school $1,000 per grade for the year. So a little bit of our budget to run our program, but there is some buy-in from the schools there. And we've just found through that, it strengthens the program when there is some buy-in from the schools and they make sure that they're getting the kids there and things are happening. So
You're doing both male and female?
Yes.
Yes.
Carol. So you need both male and female?
Yep. We
mentors.
match male mentors with male students and female mentors with female students. We've tried mixing genders in the past, but we've really gotten feedback from the students that they prefer having it separate like that. They're better able to connect with their mentors and then talk about some of those things that, as middle schoolers, you don't necessarily want the boys to hear, you don't want the girls to hear. I do know that Jen, our executive director, has applied for some of the Carroll County Foundation funding to help go towards supporting the program in the school this year. So
yeah, I think you mentioned it, but we try to do 2 mentors. That way, because we get a lot of mentors from businesses or churches and stuff. So if one is traveling or isn't feeling well, we always have that stability we feel it's super important for the students to have stability of at least one of their mentors being there each week. So, So we do that on purpose. It's an integrity of the program. Plus it's giving them that consistent, somebody's going to be there that's with them.
Okay. So if this started 15 years ago, you probably have some pretty good success stories
Yeah.
that have long lived past their time at school. They're probably still connecting to their mentors after they're done.
Yeah, it's a little harder we're starting to get more of those stories just because we're doing K through 12.
Yeah.
And we're just doing middle school. The schools usually don't give us a lot of outside contact, but just one for me personally, I was last Christmas, I was in Target doing some Christmas shopping and this big guy grabs me by the back of the shoulders, one of the employees there, and I thought, I don't think I did anything wrong. He says, "Do you remember me?" And I said, I looked up at him and I said, No, I don't. And here he was in 2015, he was one of my fifth grade boys and kind of went all 4 years. One of kind of those boys that he thought, man, I don't really think I'm making a difference in his life. But, he just wanted to let me know that, he appreciated everything that I had taught him. He was working at Target, had a pretty good job as a manager there. And then he said he was also going back to, this was at McKinley or at Lehman when I met him. So he was going back to the McKinley High School and mentoring there to give back to the community. So that was encouraging. You don't always get to hear all those stories, but you probably have even more stories.
Yeah, we do have several mentors that were high school students or involved in middle school and now have graduated and have chose to come back to be mentors in Stark County with us. We also really focus on those kind of kids that might be falling through the cracks. So we're not looking for somebody who needs, a lot of intervention services that they're already getting that extra attention. We're not necessarily looking for that perfect National Honor Society student. We're looking for the kids who are kind of in between, who just need that little extra support, somebody else keeping an eye on them, being in their corner, supporting them, saying, hey, you got a bad grade last semester, but that's not who you are. How can we do better this semester? And so a lot of the most impactful stories are those just 1% better every year, and the kids keep coming back year after year, and you can see the long-term impacts on them.
And kind of some of the data we do track is a lot of our kids that are maybe not coming to school as regular, when there is Legacy Day, they are showing up. So we're seeing an increase in them being present for our groups and being there. But, we're not necessarily tutoring them, but I think all of our mentors are kind of saying, hey, challenges. Hey, how are your grades doing? How is how are you doing in class? Are you being respectful? So we're trying to, teach them some of those soft skills that a lot of us grew up having, but a lot of these students don't have. Just caring adults in their lives that are helping with that.
So in that folder, there is a pamphlet that kind of talks about all of what we do. There's a letter that shows the districts we were in last year.
You guys will be on that.
And then that smaller on the, what is that, your left-hand side, that's our annual report. That has a lot of our data and success stories, in it. I just didn't want to take up too much of your time, so I figured I'd give you stuff that you could look at your leisure.
And just so an understanding of our impact, what's our numbers, but this is going to be kind of our biggest year ever this year. So.
Yeah, so this year we are anticipating having 462 different mentoring slots. And we have, if all of our groups are filled to capacity, we'll reach over 1,400 students. And that's all just students associated with the Stark County Educational Services Center.
Pretty impressive.
So the passion for us is to just, bring that into as many locations and schools as we can. And
Are you hitting any other schools in Carroll County this year?
Not this year, no. We expand based upon schools applying to be part of the program, and then also what our capacity is based upon revenue and ability to pay staff members.
Sure.
I know Carrollton has applied a couple of years, and this is finally the year that we've been able to expand to service them, that we have the ability employee wise.
so we're in Sandy Valley, which would be the next closest.
Yeah.
But, the hope would be we get these pockets, so we go Sandy Valley, Minerva, just start hitting
Well, you mentioned the Stark County Service Center. Or Education Center. I think Malvern's part of that.
I believe Malvern is part of that,
As
yes.
well as Perks.
I believe Malvern and Minerva are, I think, Connaughton is the only one in Carroll County that is not associated. I believe they go to the Tusk one.
Yeah, so kind of the other piece, and Christie's will be the point person. So we have a staff whenever we're in the school. We have one of our staff there. They kind of manage the program. They make sure if there's any issues or there's any reporting, they're the mandatory reporters. If a student needs something or if there's something is going on in their lives, the mentors would let Christy know or one of our staff know, and then they would make sure the school, so, we really feel like we're that extra eyes and ears for some of these kids that may never get to see a counselor or want to see a counselor. So that's another facet of what we do. And I'm passionate because we get mentors from the community. We really feel like it strengthens that relationship with the community and the schools because they're actually getting to go into the schools as volunteer mentors and see what the teachers and the staff are going through. And I think the staff at the schools obviously is going to feel more supported because we're there. The community's involved, so.
Well, if you need help making connections with businesses, just agreeing or the introduction.
Yeah.
Can certainly help with that.
Okay. Yeah, that's like the biggest thing with, for me, it's especially when we come into a new area is getting to know people that may have a heart for the schools that, I can just at least share what we're doing and go from there.
I appreciate you coming in and
Thank you for your time. Yeah. Appreciate you having us. We're excited to get here. We start a little bit after Labor Day usually.
Yeah, a little after Labor Day is when we start.
With the schools.
All right, good introduction. Sounds really prospect.
If you know any men, that's usually our biggest.
Biggest one?
Yeah, it's usually, I was talking to a group last night and I think for men, they feel like and it's not, because I mentor every year. I think they feel like, oh, it's kind of this touchy feely thing and it's really not. I mean, we're talking about goal setting and, we're talking about bullying and coping skills and resiliency and male mentors can make that as whatever that feels like for their group, it doesn't have to be. Some of the girls groups I think are probably a little touchy.
And that's part of what I love about our guidebooks is they are there to be a guide that okay, this is kind of what we want you to focus on. How you get there is up to you. That the activities that the girls groups are doing aren't necessarily going to be the same as what the boys groups are doing. That, when we're talking about identifying our emotions, that's going to look a lot different with, 6th grade girls than it will with 7th grade boys. With boys, that's a lot more of the, okay, when you start to get angry, like what are some healthy ways we can deal with that instead of,
hitting each other.
instead of hitting each other or something.
And we try to, the other, I know, I don't want to keep you here, but I mean, the other thing is our curriculum is built, it's not a classroom experience. It's not like they're going to come in and we try to have some sort of a craft or a game or something that goes along with the talking points. So they're actually doing something a lot of times with their hands or something that instead of just sitting there listening to their mentors talk or give them some kind of lesson. So.
Yep. And we always bring the supplies needed for the week with us to the school. So the mentors bring themselves and their guidebook.
Yeah, and then they have the same background check as teachers, the FBI, BCI background checks. Really make sure the integrity of our program is there too, so.
well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Do we have a clerk's report today?
I just have one thing I'd like to share. Just want to advise that Carroll County Caring Hands is hosting Lunch on the Square on August 7th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The menu includes conies, sloppy joes, hot dogs, fruit cups, chips, dessert, and drinks. Everyone is welcome to attend. The cost is by donation, and all proceeds benefit Caring Hands, which makes it possible for them to help Carroll County residents in need. And that is all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Leggett, do you have anything?
Nothing at this time.
Entertain a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.